Alright.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of the King's Castle. King James along with Blair. We're spotlighting the main events for SummerSlam tonight, as according to both Raw and SmackDown. So, let's talk a little bit more about the Raw main event for a second. Seth Rollins facing Finn Balor for the brand new WWE Universal Championship. Now, I gotta admit, I was personally shocked, as I mentioned last week, when Finn Balor won 2 matches in one night to earn his spot in the main event. But I think what was even more shocking was last Monday night on Raw, Finn Balor was supposed to do an interview with Michael Cole, but instead, Seth Rollins tried to spoil the celebration, but ended up getting punked out by Balor. And I'll tell you something, Balor is a phenomenal athlete in and of itself, because he's a former IWGP champion, a former NXT champion. He dominated New Japan for years. So, he's not one to be taken lightly, but I gotta ask you, do you favor Finn Balor in this match?
I don't.
Why is that?
Because I think it's a bit too soon.
Really?
And I think it would help his character development a lot if they had him like in a spot to where he has to work his way up to the championship. Where like Seth Rollins and him have this rivalry and Seth Rollins keeps cheating to win or keeps getting help from Stephanie or what was previously known as the Authority and winning somehow. And then Finn Balor kind of has to work his way up and he keeps getting more and more popular as he rages against the Machine. And then I think that's good for his character development. I think it's too much too soon if he wins the title at SummerSlam.
And I'll tell you something, Seth Rollins has proven for the past several weeks that he's far from rusty, because on Monday night in the main event, he made quick work of Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn gave it his all. So I don't envy Balor in this match at all, but stranger things have happened.
See, Balor's going against someone with more in-ring experience at this level, obviously, in Rollins.
Right.
And then we both know that Rollins is going to be up to something fishy.
But the wild card here, Blair, is General Manager Mick Foley. Because, yeah, granted, Stephanie's the commissioner, and Seth's always been kind of a golden boy, but Mick Foley might have a plan, too. So you think he might put an extreme wrinkle in this thing? No pun intended?
It's tough I could see that, but that would kind of go against the Foley we know.
Why is that?
I don't think he's never, through his character for the years, has never been a I'm going to interfere in the match kind of guy.
No. What I mean by extreme wrinkle is, do you think he might change the stipulation so that maybe Stephanie couldn't get involved?
I still don't think so. Because I still think I think this is if I was a betting man, I would bet pretty heavily on Rollins somehow winning the match.
Now,
it's just too soon. How long has Finn Balor been in the WWE?
Well, it's a funny story about that, because if you go back to NXT...
Well, not counting NXT.
Well, as far as the main roster, he's only been on for probably...
Since the draft, right?
For probably 2 weeks.
Right.
But, if you go back over his history, he and Hideo Itami both debuted in NXT right around the same time, in September of 2014. So he's been building up for the past 2 years, and they just put him on the main roster here recently. So you really don't think that build is enough to make him a legitimate champion?
Just going from a historical perspective, can you remember anyone else who's only been on the main roster a month who's been some sort of world champion?
Well,
it rarely happens.
I did see that in one rare occasion, but in order to do that, you'd have to go all the way back to 2003 in the women's division. A young woman by the name of Gail Kim, who now, by the way, wrestles for Impact, she made her debut on Raw in 2003 in a Battle Royal and won the women's title her first night. And the same thing can be said for another diva, Paige.
Right.
Paige won the title from AJ Lee the night after WrestleMania 30.
But this is not like a Universal Championship.
Right.
Prestige kind of. I don't know. I think it could happen if the WWE is like. I just think it would help with his popularity and his branding if he lost the match.
Because the fans would get more behind him?
Yeah. I mean, the fans are already behind him.
Without question.
But just to build his character up a little more. I mean, there's only so much character development you can do in a month.
Maybe you might be onto something there, but we'll see how it plays out come SummerSlam. Now, as far as the SmackDown main event, like we talked about last week, Dolph Ziggler won a 6-pack challenge match.
Oh, and then we gave our 6-packs.
To earn the right to face Dean Ambrose for the WWE World title at SummerSlam. So we thought the match was set in stone. But someone else had other plans. Because this past Tuesday, Dolph Ziggler was challenged by Bray Wyatt to a match. Because a lot of people don't think Ziggler has what it takes to be a champion. So, Dolph agreed to put the number one contendership on the line against Bray Wyatt. Now, I will tell you that he was victorious, so the match is still set. But what I want to know is this. Dolph Ziggler, what in the blue blazes were you thinking?
I've asked that for a lot of Dolph Ziggler's career.
What in the blue blazes were you thinking?
So, does this kind of further confirm your opinion that maybe old Dolph isn't the right guy to be in this match?
Well, I'm not denying his athletic ability because he's proven that he can be a legitimate champion because he has held the title before. But why would you put up a guaranteed title match against a man like Bray Wyatt? I mean, the guy's a psycho.
Yeah, it's not the smartest thing I've heard.
You probably wouldn't have done the same thing, would you?
I wouldn't have.
Well,
I think you gotta take the easiest path possible to the title.
Well, I gotta tell you though, it seemed to me that Ziggler was kind of goaded into this because Dean Ambrose went out there talking a lot of trash during his talk show segment at the Ambrose Asylum, saying that a lot of people don't think Ziggler has what it takes. He's not strong enough. He's not good enough. So I could see why that would make somebody want to do that. But
so you think he got kind of baited into it?
Exactly. So given that he might have been baited into it, would you have done the same thing if that was you?
I think Dolph Ziggler's at a point where he ought to know better. He ought to know when he's smart enough, he's a veteran, he's got to know when he's trying to be baited into something that wouldn't be beneficial to him.
Exactly. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna take a little commercial, we're gonna take a little time out, and when we come back, we're gonna give you a little more SummerSlam info, so stay right there.